From its inception, Atlantic City has always provided opportunity for African Americans. Those who migrated from the South, as I said, came here in pursuit of a better life in terms of jobs and earnings in particular. Atlantic City was incorporated in 1854. At that time, amongst its residency was a significant percentage of African Americans who came primarily from the South in pursuit of jobs and better opportunities. Atlantic City at the turn of the prior century, that would be 1900, had the highest percentage of African Americans amongst its population of any city, any major city in the North, including Harlem, New York. 25% of Atlantic City's population in 1900 were African Americans. My history in Atlantic City goes back to my paternal grandparents, who came to Atlantic City somewhere in the late 1920s. My grandfather would enter the trucking business as well, and by the 1940s had a fleet of 3 trucks and 5 people on his payroll. Not bad for a guy who never went to school a day in his life. I got my stripes, if you will, at the age of 11 years old, working with my grandfather on his trash truck. And there I learned the true meaning of work and work ethic. The one thing that I remember about Atlantic City in the 60s, which is when I started to grow up, is that we had just came through segregation. Atlantic City was racially segregated up until 1957. It was desegregated that year, 1957. That was a mixed blessing, as it turns out. In the 40s, there was a publication called the Board of Trade, which put out an annual magazine listing the names and addresses of all African American owned businesses in the city of Atlantic City, and there were well over 300. That's right, I didn't make a mistake. There were well over 300. With the advent of integration, many of those businesses lost their staple and lost their business and were forced to fold. And so tragically today, you probably can count the number of legitimate African American owned businesses on your 2 hands. So in one sense, we've come a long way with respect to integration, but in another way, we've backslid, if you will, and regressed. During that time from 1964 to 1976, that would be from the Democratic National Convention being held in the city of Atlantic City until the casino referendum was passed. Those were very lean years for the city of Atlantic City and very trying times for the entire community, particularly the African American community. For me, that was during an era where Vietnam was raging, and because our economy had been so decimated, there were really no options. Graduating from high school, there were no jobs available, and almost, the only option was either the street or the military. Collectively, it was a very trying time for people my age, particularly the African American community during that time. One of the staples of Atlantic City, particularly insofar as the African American community is concerned, would be the entertainment district, affectionately referred to as KY and the Curb. I don't know how it got that name, but it certainly is one that has endured and been endearing down through the years. In the 60s, when I was a teenager and just started hanging out, we used to just go downtown to KY and the Curb and just hang out on the corners and watch the celebrities literally walk right past us. It was like pageantry every weekend, and it was just a place to go to be entertained and to be seen. And so for those of us who had the fortunate luck to have been exposed to that kind of celebrity is very endearing and something that I treasure and will never forget. And I wish that we could get back to those days. I happened to, at the age of 18, 19, and 20, I worked at the Club Harlem, bussing tables and washing glasses. And I still say to this day, that's the best job I ever had, including being the mayor.